Oh, yeah.
And we are back. You're listening to the award-winning WPPJ Morning Show with Wayne and Nate here on 670 AM WPPJ Radio, the voice of Point Park.
Good morning, Point Park.
You already said good morning. You're a poor conversationalist.
Well,
I'm just checking
good
your
morning,
chain, man.
you are.
I'm checking your chain just because I can.
Ouch.
Yeah. We are, of course, continuing our interview with Michael Gieseke of the Office of Campus Life. Now, of course, in the last segment, we were covering the outdoor concert series, Rain or Shine. We're going to be holding over in the brand new Village Park, which quite honestly, and I've said this many times on the show, it's like, it's not much of it's more of a plaza than a park, really. Come on. I mean,
Go ahead,
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I know I'm not. My saying this is not going to change anything. I realize we're Point Park University,
yes, in a downtown campus.
Yes,
so.
of course, but it's more of a plaza than a park. I'm just throwing that out there.
Not to say it's awesome, but
It's very nice. I'm not. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just I'm one of those guys that like words mean things like it's not much of a park. I don't see any grass area.
It's just honesty.
I think there are a lot of people who would like to see more grass than is there. But
Yes.
I agree that, we are in an urban setting.
We are.
So it's not
We
the easiest thing to
we
do.
do have trees there, so that is. I mean, it is more park-like than say, was it Alumni Park, which is more like an extended patio.
Yeah. But, anyways.
Yeah, I digress.
So, Michael, you work for Campus Life, and why don't you talk about what it is that you're in charge of doing there?
Okay. Well, I guess I should start by saying I'm the senior assistant dean in the Office of Campus Life. So I'm going into my 5th year here at the university. I came from George Washington University prior to that, and I oversee the residential life portion of the campus. I oversee judicial affairs. I oversee student activities, and I oversee alcohol and other drug education. Now, I have 4 people that do the day-to-day work of those areas, and work very hard for me to put on everything that goes on. But I oversee them and those areas.
What do you like best about your job?
The best thing about my job is that every day is completely different. You as students are wonderful that you never do the same thing every day. And so there's a surprise of what can come. Any night, anything can happen. Any morning I get up, there's a whole new day. It's not going to be the same thing. And so that's the part that I enjoy. I have a lot of friends who live in and work in the corporate world. And day-to-day life is pretty much the same thing. They go into work, they know exactly what the day's going to look like. They go home at night. I have no idea what, I've got 2 phones, and they can ring at any time, and anything can happen when they do. So that's the part that I enjoy, that nothing is the same.
On the flip side of that, though, I mean, sometimes nothing's the same. I'm sure you're being hit with all kinds of unique situations and problems that sometimes you just might not want to deal with, but you have to.
Well, sure. I mean, sure. There are things that happen that I wish didn't happen. And there are things that occur that, for those students that it happens to, I don't wish that upon them or anyone
of course
else.
Not.
But students for the most part have a lot of energy. Being in college is, I think, a wonderful thing. The debate students have, the things students challenge, the questions they have about not only themselves but the university, about life, that's what makes it interesting. I love it when students, whether it's USG, whether it's students that live in the halls, when they challenge us to why we do the things that we do, why we have the rules that we have, those type of things. That to me is the enjoyable part. Getting to know them, getting to know why they care about the things that they do. Students that have been with us 3 or 4 years, seeing them go from being freshmen, which is real green, real nervous. They pretend they're not nervous, and they pretend they're not anxious about school, but obviously a lot of students are.
Yeah.
And then to see them become juniors and seniors, and the confidence that comes with that, the knowledge of what they've done over the last couple of years, that's the part that I appreciate a whole lot.
What was the what would you say is one of the biggest surprises that you've ever encountered during while working over there at Campus Life?
Biggest surprises? That's a good question. I'm not sure about biggest surprises. The opening of the Boulevard Apartments was one of the better experiences we've had. Those are beautiful apartments. They give our juniors and seniors, I believe, a very unique college residential life atmosphere that most universities don't have. So the students' reaction to that, the complete occupation we've had since we've opened those, proving that students enjoy them has been a nice thing for us to see. The growth of it. The year before I got here, we had a little under 700 students living on campus. We now have almost 1,000 students living on campus. The growth of the campus has been a great experience over the last few years.
Now, okay, with your position, do you deal more? I mean, obviously, with a lot of the resident students as opposed to commuters. But I mean, do you have to do you deal with commuter functions as well? 'Cause I'm a commuter myself.
Sure.
So I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, we deal with, in the Office of Campus Life, one of the reasons we're not called the Office of Residence Life is we are larger than just the residential students. You as a commuter know, some commuters come and go throughout the day, don't have as much attachment as we would like for them to have. But no, we work with all students. Student activities, obviously, is open to all students. It's not just for our residential population. Our residential population is not the only ones that get themselves into trouble.
Yeah.
So when it comes to judicial affairs, that's not the only area in which we deal with.
Very true.
We have an Office of Commuter Affairs. I don't specifically oversee that area, but I do work very closely with Sarah. She's the director, and I work closely with that area to make sure that as we're putting programs together, make sure as we're coming up with initiatives, that we are including commuter students, that we're reaching out to that portion of the campus. We started the first year frenzy this year. We made sure to target commuter students, not just residential students for those programs. So while, as you can imagine, the residential population, while on campus, can be seen more and things of that nature, we try our best to make sure we are targeting both populations.
You mentioned starting something called the First Year Frenzy. What is that?
This fall, this school year, we started for the first time what we called First Year Frenzy. There's a time period when the first year students move on to campus before the upper class students do. The first year students come in Wednesday, Thursday. Upper class students are not allowed to come back until Saturday, Sunday. So we've got a good 4-day period in which we can really do some programming and target to the first year population without the influence, good and bad, of our upper class students. So we capitalized this year on those 4 days. We did some very specific programming only for the first year students, both residential and commuter, but made sure to do things just for them, get them to know one another, get them to be a part of campus, get them to feel comfortable getting around campus before they sort of got swallowed up by the upperclassmen as they came back.
Before all the upperclassmen come in and find the freshmen, all right, here's how things really work around here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Good and bad, of course,
exactly.
like you were saying.
Exactly.
Michael Gieseke from Campus Life. It is 8:40. We got to take a break, but thank you, Michael, for stopping by and coming over this morning. It's been wonderful learning about what's going on, the new park, what's going on over in Campus Life. Thank you for stopping by.
Now, if any of our listeners have any other further questions, would they contact you directly or one of your assistants, or
they can contact me directly in the Office of Campus Life, or they can also contact J.W. Tabaki. He's the Director of Student Activities, and he'll be happy to help as well. We're the two coordinating most of this aspect. So the only thing I ask is that all students give it a try, come on out. Thursday night, see what we're about, and then give us ideas for coming semesters for what we can do to make that park even better than what it is now. So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming in. Michael Gieseke from Office of Campus Life, thank you so much for coming in and visiting us on the award-winning WPPJ Morning Show.
Come to the concert series this Thursday at 7 p.m. over by the new Village Park. For you guys, we got to take a real quick break. We'll be back with some news, some of our normal shenanigans here on the WPPJ Morning Show with Wayne and Nate. Catch you guys right after this.